This video was made possible by the EA Game Changers, so thank you EA for allowing me to participate in this event. Alrighty guys, so welcome back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build today, and so today is definitely going to be a really great day just because I'm excited to say that I am building a tropical beach house here in the wonderful town of Sulani, which is a residential world for my good old-fashioned sim named Karen Prep 1 for my save file. And you know Karen, good old Karen needs the life of luxury to get away from Randy, the suburban life, and like live the life that she deserves in the way she would like to live. And so, however, I for one was super excited for the speed build because when I went to EA Play last week, I for one really didn't think anything of it because I did not know what was going to be announced. Like in my head, I was like, oh, Kyle or Kelly could go to university and whatnot, or one of my Sims from my other LPs could go to university. But when they literally said island living, bada boom, bada bing, I'm like, hold up. I just made a suburban house for Karen in Willow Creek, and I feel like she deserves a vacation. So let's build her a beach house. Like I literally had so many ideas in my head for Karen and like all my other Sims, like based on both packs, university and island living. And so when they announced this pack, I was like, oh, Karen is gonna have the best life known to man. So in case you guys do not know who Karen is, I will leave a link down below in the description for you guys to watch the speed build that I did last week. It was like a suburban family home. It was very big, very crazy, and honestly, you guys will be shocked on how crazy Karen's life is because she desperately needs a vacation, like desperately needs one, like today. So I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about in this video because I have some stories to tell about my experience in LA for the second time in a row, but also like, EA Play and everything, like giving my thoughts and opinions and such. Because normally I do build and buy overviews of going through all like the items in the build and buy catalog, but then I realized that's kind of boring for me, and I don't find that interesting, like just me doing it. So I will leave some links down below to some build and buy overviews and like some creative sim stuff as well if you guys want to watch those. I, for one, am going to be doing a creative sim overview and a world overview, just giving my general thoughts of what I think the world is like and, giving you guys some more content because I was sick. I literally got sick at EA Play, like literally the day I was supposed to come back to my home, I got sick at the airport for 12 hours. But I'll get into that a little bit later. However, like I said, this world is not a vacation world, it is a residential world. So if you were thinking that Sulani was going to be a vacation world, it is not. I, for one, think that's kind of weird because the islands and then, the whole island living and everything, I thought it would be a vacation world like the Granite Falls or Salvadorada. But now I'm like thinking, I could use Little Miss Sam's mod to incorporate to buy beach houses, like purchase a second property as a beach home and have Karen go there like during like the summer or the winter or whatever, whenever she pleases, just to have some fun away from the kids, away from the raggedy old Randy and his secretary Lisa and Kathy and the whole suburban life of Willow Creek because that place is a hot mess. I can't. But I'm about to explain more things about Karen, like what basically has been happening with her lately, because I got a few updates to tell you about Karen's life and Randy and Kathy and Tia. Who good old Tia. I just got some ideas. I got ideas, but also some tea to spill and some good old fashioned news. And in case you guys were wondering, I am going to be doing an Island Living LP with Karen, and I'm also going to be doing a mini-series LP with a different sim, because for me, I don't want Karen to be a mermaid, and I want to explore mermaids in some sort of way to see like the whole vibe of it, So there's going to be two LPs, a mini-series, and then also a full-blown LP with Karen, her life, and then also bringing back after my miniseries. I'm literally bringing back The Sims for my cats and dogs LP to get them married on the island and like vacation there and have fun and do whatever they want to do basically. Because Nina Larson and Darius Grove, they are teenagers. They need to get married. They have a 3-year-old daughter. Like it's about time they need to move on with their lives. So I think that's like a perfect way to like introduce them to like a new audience and like a new vibe and in a new world and a new culture and all those things. Because I for one feel like, all my Sims deserve the best of the best and like live their life the way they should deserve to live. Like Karen deserves to live her best life. Nina deserves to live her best life because she has been through hell and back, basically. She has had a teenage pregnancy. She has lost both of her parents. Her stepbrother basically murdered his child's mother and has gone to jail for who knows how long. And he is just not the best person. Nina has also been through bullying, harassment, and pretty much all the things from high school that we all hate and don't want to remember. So she has been going through it all for the past, like, pretty much 3 years of her life that she has been struggling with, social anxiety and whatnot. So I feel like having her graduate high school on the honor roll with a 3-year-old daughter and like living the way she wants to live and being successful at it is something that she needs to like reflect on and think about and move on with and achieve all her goals that she wants to be, because she has a goal of becoming a well-known artist one day, and with the freelance career I feel like that could really help her in the long run. But as of right now, I'm still working out the kinks for Nina Larson and the whole family as a whole. But moving on to Karen, good old Karen. Let's just say Karen literally is a middle-aged 46-year-old woman with 2 kids named Kelly, who is 16 years old, who is just got her learner's permit, and then she has a 12-year-old son that acts like he's 11 years old named Kyle. And so she's having a tough time dealing with Kyle because he's acting like a child. Literally, he's almost 13 years old. Kelly is starting to drive even more, and Karen is literally living her best life. She got the house in the divorce settlement. She has a book club. She has new friends. Todd and Bo. She has Greg. You know that Greg Johnson. Got the PTA going for her. She has like literally the best life. But in hindsight, to summarize what's been going down with Karen for the past couple of days, let's just say Tia is not the best person. She was talking smack about Kyle and his playing skills at the past soccer game, because Kyle is on the soccer team in the area and Karen was there, the whole team was there, Tia was there. Tia was talking smack about Kyle, his playing skills, how he was terrible and just sucks at every single position that he plays in. And Karen was like, Tia, who are you talking about? Like, I know you're not talking about my Kyle. I know you're not talking about my son Kyle, because you must be talking about your raggedy old husband Kyle, because he, for one, is not faithful. I've seen him at the bar late at night. It's a common thing with these folks in here in this Willow Creek area. They're just not trustworthy. So both Kyle, Tia's husband, and Randy, not the best people. Don't trust a Kyle. Don't trust a Randy, because if 1, they're crazy. 2, they're manipulative. 3, they are cheating, lying, conniving people that you should never talk to. And 4, they're just the worst. And that's the tea for, as of right now, for Karen. So Karen thought to herself that since she has a house, the PTA going for her, she wants to really dive right back into her roots where she grew up at, and that is actually the town of Sulani. And this is where like my storyline comes into play with Karen, and like how I'm going to incorporate the island living with Karen, the suburban mom, and pretty much everything that has been happening. So Karen's parents, I forget their names. Karen's parents, they were actually they are basically natives of Sulani, and Karen was born on Sulani because she's like an islandly mom. She's very, tropical and go with the flow, vegan, vegetarian, that type of mom. She's a go with the flow mom. And she lives in Florida, hence Willow Creek in that area. Anyway, like I said, she wants to go back to her roots, see where she, can wind down, reflect a little bit more, and just be herself and see where life takes her. And she wants her kids to experience where she came from as a kid, but also can give them exposure to their Polynesian culture, where you know their mom grew up and where their grandparents live, and get to know the people in the way of the land and the way of the island, and just be, because Karen has a brand new trait that comes with this new pack, and it's called the Child of the Island. And I, for one, love that trait a lot. And there's also another trait that comes with this pack, and it's called Child of the Ocean. And the Child of the Ocean trait is something that I want to incorporate with my mini series, but also try to incorporate with this main series with Karen, with one of her friends, because one of her friends is a mythical creature, but she doesn't know it. But we'll have to wait and see to that point whenever we get to that said time. And I had two alternate versions of the storyline, how I was going to make this LP, because I essentially want to do like a season 1 and a season 2, where I have Karen kind of, living her life as a child, like a child of the ocean, child of the island, with her parents as a child, growing up into a teenager, going to different places, and then meeting Randy and the whole 9 yards, the family life, kids, marriage, divorce, all the things. Like, we're going to kind of basically going through Karen's life timeline from a child to her now. And like season 2 would basically be her going back to Sulani and living her life the way she wants to live, and, exposing her kids with that culture. So I mean, we'll see in the end result, whichever storyline I choose. I mean, it might be both. It just might come into play very quickly. I'm not sure just yet. And I just think that with Karen, she wants to, like, maybe think about remarrying, but as of right now, as a 46 years old woman, she's not the she doesn't really want to be tied down, because she just got her marriage, like her divorce, finalized last year. So she's like not really up into the dating scene. And like hearing rumors about, her hoeing around from Kathy from the book club, who is now removed from the book club because, again, I say, Kathy is the one who was hoeing around. And I, for one, will not stand for that. So Kathy's kicked out. Todd and Bo are back, are into the book club, as you heard via my last speed build. And let's just say they chose a new book, and they chose To Kill a Mockingbird. And that was the book that they decided to read for their next book club. And I'm very proud about that, because I read that book before, and like having an idea of, like, going into that book club, reading it with them, but also having a bit of connection with it, because like watching the movie, reading the book, and like also experiencing that, like seeing it in real life from the news and other things, kind of get you, thinking about, okay, this actually happened, and how can I use this storyline to make my Sims more realistic than ever before. But that's how I see it for most storylines that I come up with. I read books, I watch movies, I watch TV shows, and I kind of try to incorporate all those things that I've watched, read, and learned, and put them combined together and put them into The Sims, and see how far I can go with it without getting bored or getting sidetracked, which will probably happen. But that being said, I really am super, 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 super excited for this LP, and like seeing how far I can go, and just having fun with it, because I've really missed doing LPs, and I know I stopped doing them for like about a month or two, I believe, because one, I got bored, and two, there hasn't been new content in like 3 months. So like I was like running dry, doing the same old stuff. That's why I only been doing current household videos and doing builds more and just dabbling into different aspects of The Sims that I don't normally do that often. So I'm happy that I brought back my Deluso family. Like they were like my ride or die family that I would literally play for hours and never get bored. So like having that sense of like, enjoyment again made me really, really happy to just dive back into their lives and see where it takes me. And as of right now, I'm really happy for the storyline that I gave them and how far they have come after like 2 years of me playing that save file. And I don't know, I am really inspired right now and really happy because I don't know, whenever going to like an event and seeing my friends and like, collaborating with like different ideas and like thinking of like, just new things in general with new packs and getting to sit down at restaurants, hanging out, or just talking about random stuff in our lives or YouTube things or whatever, like having that sense of like relatability and like being with your friends that you've known for years and seeing them in real life, or meeting new friends that you watched on YouTube or like watched their stream for like many, many years and getting to see them in real life for the first time is like really, really inspiring. Like I got to meet Simproved for the very first time in like almost 4 years. Like we have been friends for 4 years, almost 4 years actually. And I was the first like collaborator on her channel, and ever since then we've had like an awesome, awesome like friendship since then. And seeing her in person is like literally mind blowing because I love her build so much, and like seeing her just like talk to me, I'm like I can't even deal because a huge inspiration for me, but also like meeting all like new people like D Sims and Dr. Ashley. Like I'm literally flabbergasted. Is that the correct word? I think it is. I'm over the moon right now because like getting to meet those people in real life because of watching them for like years on YouTube is like wow. I'm literally like excited to build to do more content, like build and create a Sims and let's plays and doing literally everything. Like I literally got my spark back to like dive into content than ever before because I know myself, like ever since I started like coming up with these Karen storylines and dabbling into more of her life and continuing more of like seeing how far I can take her is really fun. So having the fact that I have a suburban house for her, I have her book club, I have her friends, I have the Willow Creek save file in that area, I have a beach house, I have her parents, I have her kids, I have her ex-husband, I have her ex-husband's mistress, and like pretty much I have every single character to like last me a lifetime that is revolved around Karen prep on. And it's so cool because the amount of Karens that I have discovered in like YouTube wise, but also like searching on Google is literally mind blown. Like Kayla's mom his name is Karen, and like How I Met Your Mother, Karen, but also Stranger Things, Karen, and also like some books that I've read had the word Karen. So like Karen from finance, like honestly, it's insane. So I, for one, am playing this to the very end until it gets dry, but that will probably never happen because Karen's life is forever changing. So if you guys want to download this build, it will be up on the gallery as soon as I get my hands onto the pack, and I'll be able to upload this whenever I get the pack and get early access and allowed to upload my creations to the gallery because I got my save file, I got more screenshots, I got more videos to record and upload for you guys to watch more about island living. But however, like I said, I ramble a lot. I hope you enjoyed more about Karen's life. I will talk more about my LA experience in my next video because I have I have more tea, like literally more tea to spill about American Airlines. And so stay tuned for that. Like stay tuned for my American Airlines tea because I got some whoo I got some tea to spill. Like you have no idea what I have been through to get to this point. Like, I literally thought I was going to like die at an airport, but luckily I lived. I got home safely, but all is well. But just you wait. Just you wait in like a day or two. You'll see another speed build. I'll talk more about that. And just be prepared to grab your tea, your popcorn, sit back and relax and enjoy that commentary. But however, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build. I hope you enjoyed Karen's backstory, my rambling, the whole island living, and pretty much everything out of the blue moon. Like, pretty much everything over the sun. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what your thoughts are about island living. Will you be getting it or not? What features do you love most about this pack? And some other things as well. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!